Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is the Lemonade Legend, and we are back with episode 8 today. These episodes are starting to rack up. Feels like just yesterday we started, but in all reality, it was a week ago. But you get the point. They're definitely starting to add up, and I'm super excited to see the progress that we're making and see the direction that we're going. But we're back here in Pal World, picking up where we left off after episode 7. And I am having trouble opening this door every single time. Um, but thank you for joining me. Excited to get this episode going. Let's dive back in. I think today, what we are actually going to do, I mentioned some things at the end of last episode, but I'm going to kind of call an audible here. I think we're going to actually shift and we're going to go do some caves. We haven't done a single cave yet. I think that's something that we need to do for a couple reasons. One, obviously, loot. Who doesn't like loot? Two, pals. I mean, obviously, there's some pals that you can only get in those caves, or at least at this point in the game. So I think we're gonna head there for that, and then also resources. Caves are actually one of the best places to get things early game, at least, like paldium, some metal, sulfur, even coal, which we don't necessarily need right now. But if we have the inventory space, we'll snag some. It can't hurt to have a good stockpile when we actually do need them when the time comes. So that stuff's good for gunpowders and other things like that, which you really can't have too much of. So. But also paldium. You can see here we've got our crusher, but we don't have much stone, so we really can't make that much pallium yet. So I think the best way to get it right now, until we kind of get this going, and actually until we get a better mining pal, honestly, I think the best way to get that pallium quick is going to be with the use of a cave. So I think that's what we're going to head to. So I do know a couple caves. Actually, first, before we do that, I just leveled up right before we started here. Just out of habit, I hopped on and accidentally leveled up. So go ahead and unlock our metal armor here. We'll get the metal helm. Um, Other than that, I mean, there's just not a ton that I really want to unlock yet. Obviously, the PAL condenser will unlock. We got the points right now for it, but I'm going to kind of sit on that for a minute because I really don't necessarily need it until we start getting into the breeding and all that stuff. I'm not going to waste time, leveling up these PALs that I currently have and condensing them and all that stuff when there's just not going to be someone that's sticking with me. So, yeah. So with that being said, I know I can obviously condense them and use that condensed PAL, even though it's mediocre, to condense a PAL down the line. But it's just I'd rather progress in the game, than do that right now. We can always come back and visit that. So, but yeah. So let's go ahead. We got a couple things to knock out here real quick. We unlocked those. We're gonna go sell a couple things to this dude. I feel like we need a name for this guy. If you no, brother, take a break. Take a break. No, it's fine. Whenever you're ready, man. Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready, man. Yeah, I think we need a name for this guy. If you guys have any names, any ideas, throw them in the chat or in the comment section below. I'm all about giving cool nicknames. I think that's something we're missing in this playthrough. Even my pals. Maybe we open to naming, maybe naming my team. If you guys want to claim a pal, pick out a cool name. Maybe I'll scroll through, see if I can find the best name on the list, and give them nicknames. So, but that's something that's down the line. So, first of all, we're going to head over to the Rain Tower. And also, while we're talking about the Rain Tower, that is something that I've been talking about for, probably about 2 episodes or so that we need to do. I think I'm going to save that. We've got episode 10 coming up, and it's a small milestone, obviously. But, we just started off, 10 episodes in about a week and a half. I feel like that's something that, even though it's really small, we should celebrate. So I think we'll save the big boy here for episode 10. I think that's a good measuring stick for us, and we can kind of get that going. So But here's our cave, Hillside Cavern. Looks like it's level 13, which obviously we should have no problem doing here. But again, this is more so not necessarily for, you know, the boss or anything like that. It's just, it's mainly to get resources and loot right now. So we'll head through. Let's see what cave we got here. All right. Oh, we got some trash over there, some junk, whatever you want to call it. Got some sulfur up there. Yeah, that's about it. There's some coal. Like I said, coal for right now is kind of low on my priority list. Depends on how big this cave is. Obviously, if we get through this cave, or we can tell it's not going to be that big of a cave, we'll come back and grab it. But I'll take a little bit of sulfur here. I don't want to weigh myself down with sulfur until I see the other rooms, obviously. We can always make a quick run back here. Get these other couple nodes here. So let's see what this does to my inventory real quick. And we're still sitting kind of pretty inventory space wise. So let's get this here, because this is really what we came for. Perfect. And we'll knock this one out too real quick. We'll see how this fills us up. Also got to be conscious of my weapon durability. See, make sure we don't break. But I think we're sitting good. So we'll skip out on that last sulfur node for now. But like I said, we'll come back to it if you know, some of these caves are only 1 or 2 rooms, you know, so if there's not a lot in this next room, or if it only goes another room and we've got plenty of space, we'll come back. But, all right. Hey, there's a big rock. That's what we want to see. Oh, there's a little rock too. We'll take that. So while we got some time, I want to kind of talk to you guys about how this series is going. I'm really curious to hear you guys' feedback. Obviously, I get to see, you know, views and duration of, you know, how long you guys have been watching the episodes and all that stuff, which is great to see. But I really am curious to hear you guys' feedback. You know, I'm seeing some viewers, you know, I'm seeing some views on all the videos. But really anxious to hear what you guys are thinking about the videos. So obviously we've got the comment section down there. Definitely, you know, feel free to engage down there and let me know what you think. Maybe any tips, tricks, best practices, whatever you want to see, or things that, you know, I'm not doing that you guys kind of want to see. Feel free to shoot it out there, and we can take a look and see, you know, any changes or whatever we want to do to make this better and more entertaining. I'm all for it. So, or even if it's just things I haven't thought about. So I'm open to all that. So we've got a wandering merchant down here. He's got some decent stuff. Do I really want to attack him though and set everybody off?
Hey.
Yeah, I'll sell you this because once again it's red. And honestly, at this point, like I said, I don't really even need it anymore. It's personal. I feel like we've been doing this for too long. Let's go up here. Let's see what we got. There's usually some chests and loot and all that stuff hidden up here. Sometimes there's resources just randomly in a house, so we'll check that as well. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, I guess probably was going to come down here anyway. Oh, no, maybe not. Oh, I thought I was going to latch on there. Alright, well, whatever. Dog coin apparently in there. Get it without even going inside. Talk about convenience. What? Really? Can't get under the light? Cool. So far, so good. We got a lot of chests here. That's great. Nothing over there. Hey, that looks good. There's a couple chests over there. Whee! Doof. Alright. Old bow schematic, nothing good there. Some pal souls, nothing good there. Cloth schematic, nothing really good. A lot of boxes, but nothing super fantastic. Some junk here. Let's pick this up. Nothing. Well, I guess that kind of worked out. No, well, okay. Alright, there we go. Alright, well, I guess if I can just grab it through the wall, might as well. Just looking for a way in there, but it wasn't gonna happen, so. Cool, I think we've pretty much, there's a chest to get off the wall, you dummy. Alright, I think there's a chest in here. Yep, we'll go and grab that. Some dog coins, like those. Always take those. Alright, I hate how ridiculous my guy get, really. I feel like that was unnecessarily ridiculous, but whatever. Alright, these lights, I don't remember these always being a thing where you just couldn't get through. Who puts the lights that low? Like, come on. I mean, in real life, I'm 6'1", and I feel like my character is probably maybe a shade above that, but like those lights are just too low. Come on, if I see those in real life, I'm smacking them. Like it's a poorly designed structure, and I understand we're talking about these little whatever they are structures, but. Some more of these. I think we're good. Let's go up here. I don't think we checked this one, so let's just for that go check this out. Nothing. Alright. Alright, perfect. Let's move on. I think we hit everything here. But really no more resources. So like I said, we'll keep that in mind. We may end up heading back. Oh, actually there's a big rock right there. Really? I feel like I'm close enough here. Perfect. Perfect. Really? Come on. I hate how ridiculous the climbing is sometimes in this game. Alright. Guess we'll just do it this way. There you go. Ooh, we got a little rock too. Cool, we'll take it. Still doing good on inventory space. That's great. There's not a lot of pals in this one either. Not that I was really hoping for anything special on a level 13 cave, but you never know. Sometimes they surprise you. Let's go see what the... Okay, so we came in that way. That's where the wandering merchants are and all that. I'd really like to catch that pal merchant, but as soon as I start shooting him, it's going to set everything off in here. All those, whatever they're called, the guards or whatever they're, come after us. Those guys are relentless, so don't want to deal with that right now. But all of this might be the best place, honestly, to deal with that, but... I forget, can you break these? No, okay. Nothing you can break here, okay. Alright, there's a chest usually in here. So this old bow schematic we're going to sell. We don't need that. We don't need this. Obviously this is for selling. We got nails. Use this. Cool. Hey, organized inventory. It's always important, right? This is coal. No, that's stone. We don't need stone. Alright, so I'm assuming that's the boss. I feel like I've been in these types of caves before, and I think that's where it usually goes. Obviously, I know it changes, but I feel like more often than not, that's the way to head. There's a big rock up there. We're probably going to hit that here in a minute. We're going to go this way and come back. Took care of that threat. Get his loot as a dog coin. Alright, we'll take it. Alright, we'll climb the ladder. I like these metal tools significantly better. It makes it a lot quicker to harvest these. I don't know if you remember on the stone tools. I feel like I was beating these rocks to death, and I was getting nothing. So, and they break significantly faster, much faster. So, all right, let's see what we got here. What now? See, like, what is the relevance of this? Why is that there? At least throw a pal or something in there. I got some more arrows. That's good. We'll take that. Got one more ladder to climb. I think there's usually a chest up here somewhere. Probably at the top. Ooh, and some junk. Alright, what do we get here? So we got ancient tech, perfect, and we got high grade tech manuals. So we'll take that. We got coarse ammo. I don't really use that stuff. Most of the weapons and guns that I use don't use that. So probably end up just selling it. Make the jump. And yep, I was right. Here's the boss. So let's see what we got here. Hopefully somebody good. Oh, I'll take that dire howl. And since we got some inventory space, we'll go ahead and get some sulfur here, and there's some coal behind us that we'll go ahead and snag as well. Weapon permitting, I guess I haven't looked to see if it's going to break out. No, we should be good. The inventory space is going to be the issue here. So we got about 100 left. So let's get as much coal as we can before we get too encumbered. One more smack. One more. No, of course, that put us just too much over. Alright, that gives us enough. So we're good to go there. After this, we're just going to head right back to the base. So I'm not super concerned about being overweight at the end of the cave here. Woo, alright, coming in hot. Okay, I feel like I didn't use any stamina. Come on. Get off of me. let's snag you. Snag you, maybe. Cool. Got musclehead on that one. Masochist and infinite stamina on this one. Come on. If I called it, how great would that be? Ah, mind forming. Listen, there's just something about like the big pals, like the boss pals, even though they're not really any stronger. Just like, especially like riding pals like that, I'm way more inclined to use bigger pals than I am the little, the regular size ones. So, I don't know, I'm a sucker for that. Are you serious? I thought that was enough. I know I said I don't care about being overweight at the end of this, but oh man, sometimes there's chests up in the top up there, so not today. All right, so good cave, good cave. Didn't really get many pals or anything like that, but like I said, our top priority was getting some resources. Oh goodness, drew the blank on the word there. So we did. We came away. We got about 145 Palladium fragments, and we know what that sound means. So much for all of this coal. Just dumping coal here. What do we got here? I hear it. Where are you? Oh, I think I saw it. Is it a Fox Sparks? It is a Fox Sparks. Alright. Take a lucky Fox Sparks. It's an awful throw, but it works. We'll take it. Gotcha, sucker. Lucky and nimble. Alright, well, whatever. It is what it is. Oops, I don't know why I picked that stick up. Move this a little faster here. And then we will head back to base here. Now I'm going to try to find another one. I probably should have done a little bit of scouting off camera here. Just so I have some actual base, or some, not base locations. Some cave locations already kind of pre-scouted, but I did not do that. Probably should have. But they tend to be pretty easy to find, so obviously, except for when you're looking for them, like we will be here, I'm sure they're going to be tough to find. We won't find a single one. But won't stop us from trying, right? So there we go. Got some more wood. Still not enough to make me feel super comfortable here. Let's go grab this guy real quick. Oh, of course. They don't come at me until after I start unlocking. Cool. I think he's got that under control. We'll be alright. Or he's just standing there. Alright, whatever. Alright, so let's put everything back here. We don't have one of the medicine cabinets yet, so we'll put this in here. We'll come back to that later. We're going to go to sleep, and I am also going to repair a pickaxe. What is that sound? Oh, what was that? What in the ever-loving crap is that? What? I've never heard that. I've been playing this game for a long time, and I feel like I've never heard that sound ever. That was terrifying. Was it this guy? You know, I don't know, weird. Whatever. We're gonna snuggle with the pals today. Just because, you know, why not? Why not? There we go. Cool. Wakey wakey, everyone. Alright. I feel like... Ooh, what's this guy got? I feel like there was a bay or a cave over here somewhere. Yeah, I don't need a jewel tog. Alright. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. What? Nope. Get off here. I forgot. Ciao. Alright, we can fly now. Alright, I swear there was one. I know, I guess, worst case, I know where there is one. Pretty much all the time. Actually, I've got two places that I know. So, worst case, we just hop off and go there. I'm still... Every time I stop and see one of these rubies, I go for it, even though I don't need it. I'm just wasting my time in Palaspheres, honestly. Oh, no, I'm not. I found an extra Palasphere. Look at that. Actually, 3 Palaspheres. Came out ahead. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright, where was it? There's a lift monk there. We'll grab that in a second. Maybe I was mistaken. Either way. Alright, we'll go back, get that lift monk, and then we'll take off. We'll head back to roughly at the beginning of the map where, like I said, I know there is a couple caves. I know there's one at the small settlement that's pretty much always there. And then, like I said, I know there's one way back at the beginning where the you could, if you follow the beach on that second waypoint. So I know there's one there. You know, I'm not going for you guys. I know you're not going to be any good anyways. So waste my time. Cool. Let's head back, and then, like I said, we'll go check out one of those other spots for caves. While we're flying here, I do want to take a second. My daughter has been the early MVP. She's been the biggest fan of the entire channel. Early on, at least. Obviously, we've got a lot of time, you know, to go going forward here. But she's been the biggest supporter of the channel. She's watched almost every episode. I think she might have even watched every episode, and I can say probably by the time this episode comes out, she will have watched every episode on the channel. But she's my biggest supporter. She gets super excited when a new episode comes out. She is 9 years old, and she absolutely loves all things YouTube, as 9-year-old kids these days tend to. But I just wanted to give her a quick shout out and say thank you for the support, sweetheart. And I'm glad you enjoy watching. Glad you enjoy watching your dad make a fool of himself in certain situations. She likes laughing at me when I either do something kind of silly or if I do something funny. So, but awesome. All right, so we're back. All right, inventory's clean. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll find another cave. Let's go. You know, I do the small settlement one a lot. Let's go back to that original beach and see if we can knock that one out. Ooh, there's an egg. Is that a dragon egg? Oh no, a dark egg. I don't know. I thought it was the dragon egg. It's not even close. It's a huge dark egg. We'll take that. And since we are looking for resources, we might as well collect these on the way. And there's our cave. Yeah, Palladium I feel like is just one of those things that you can never have enough of. Like, even once you get the Crusher up and running, and I've been pretty far into the end game of this particular game, and I just, even then, you try to stay ahead of it, and it just somehow you always run out of Palladium. You know, obviously, once you get a little bit deeper into the game, stone is pretty much unlimited. But still, I feel like I'm constantly having to stop and, you know, craft some Palladium from the Crusher. You know, just I feel like I'm always running out. So that's why it's kind of our my biggest focus right now is that, material-wise. So, all right, this looks more like a traditional cave here. Hopefully see some pals, maybe. Some opponents to fight. I think we only had, what, one or two bad guys in the last one. That was it. Perfect. Good, good fat rock to start off here. Let's get rid of that. Oh, we don't have a fuddler yet. Let's catch this guy. Not that I really use him for much of anything, but why not? There's a little rock back here, or a couple of them. Oh wait, those aren't. That's what I saw. I was thinking those were Palladium, but they're not. Alright. Yeah, I think that is what I'm kind of missing. I feel like giving these guys some nicknames, I feel like that would be really, really complimentary to the chat here, or to the episode, to the channel. Yeah, so if you guys have any good nicknames for any of these deers, and listen, or any of these pals, I'm open ears. Just throw it in the comment section down below. I'll kind of weed through, see if I can find any good ones, and maybe we'll name one of these pals after either one of you guys, your usernames, or just a creative. You know, listen, I like creative names too. So like, you know, I'm way more partial to, you know, if you're gonna throw out a name that's creative and kind of funny or punny or like a dad joke, you know, like it gives off the dad joke kind of vibe. I like that. I'm way more inclined to use that than something like, you know, fluffy for Cremis, you know, something silly like that. So if you've got anything good, throw it out there. I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say. There's some sulfur. That metal took up a lot of space, so I think I'm going to be out on everything except for Palladium. Again, unless this isn't a very deep cave. But it's looking like it might have 5 or 6 rooms or so. Yeah, let's catch some more of these guys. There's a bunch of them. Got him. This guy's out. Oh, I thought he was running towards us now. I thought he was running away from us. Nope. Right in the face. Point blank range. Alright. Oh, boss already? Yeah, no, we don't want him anyways. We'll go back. You can reset the bosses, but I'm not doing it just to reset the boss. I also want to go back and there's probably a couple more rooms that we missed, so Lift that up real quick. This guy gonna attack me right at the top of the steps. We cool? We cool, buddy? Yeah, we cool. Yeah. Alright. Actually, let's not be cool. Got him. Alright. That's all the fuddlers I need. We're good. We're good on fuddlers now. Like, fuddler on the roof. Like, it's a good nickname for fuddler. So, like, use that as your base template. If you're going to throw out any ideas, that needs to be your baseline. Oh, this thing. I forgot. Right, so I guess we are going to fight you. No, let's catch it. If I have to fight it anyways, might as well catch it. Cool. Alright. There should be some chests or something in here. Some sort of a little mini reward. Yep, there we go. And the rock. Yeah. Definitely not more excited about this than the chest right now. It's about 50-50, I'll be honest. And it really angers me every time I go into a room like this that there are, like, you should just have hundreds of dog coins. I should just be able to walk around and pick up coins. At least coins, you know? But I know sometimes there are coins in here. But I feel like there just should be so much more. So many more coins. Alright, so now I think we've pretty much hit up all the rooms. So I can probably fill up my inventory here. Within reason. Actually, that should be enough because I got a bunch of stuff to get out of these, hopefully. That attack pendant. Where'd it go? What am I? Oh, it already equipped. Perfect. That's actually what I was going to do. I was going to throw that in there. So this we can sell. This we can sell. This we can eat. Free up some space here. And then we're golden. I'm curious to see what this dark egg is. Getting a huge dark egg right off the bat would be nice. Alright, so we got all that. Get our junk here. Our garbage, whatever that's called. Now let's get out of here. Let's go. Hopefully get a better boss than we just had. That was not a very good pull. Again, I'm walking when I could be riding. I keep forgetting that I've got saddles now. Alright. Wee. Alright, come on. Something good. No. I mean, it's not terrible, but I mean, again, really, I'm not going to be using any of these paddles, so I guess I don't really know why I'm going back. If anything, that would be paddle fluids, but I don't know. Whatever. Just feel like going back and trying again. We'll go back. I'll give it a max 3 times. I don't want to bore you guys going back. Especially, like I said, it's not going to be something I'm really going to use, so. Usually run to the middle of the room. Do a little floop to do here, and then we'll go back. Oh, hit the rock. Alright. Hey. Of course it is. Alright. This is a sign, guys. Alright, listen. Our winning ruby is going to be in this. Oh, there's a bunch of palladium, too. Our winning ruby is going to be in this. And it's going to sit in our pal box for all of eternity. Now that we don't need it. Oh, 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 they're all ticked. Nope, 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 nope. Oh. Oh, they're angry. They're all angry. Whew. It's a hot mess in here. Look at that. I didn't see a single one of them. Motivational leader. Dainty eater. So yeah, looked like more of the same. Stuff that I can't use, so. Whatever. Like I said, not really that, not that heartbroken anymore about it, so. Once again, I think we're going to be dumping coal here. Alright, cool. I'm probably going to have to dump more, actually, now that I think about it. Yep, dumping more. All right. Another good cave. We got, what do we get here? About almost 200 palladium, so that's good. Take that. See if there's anything to be had up here. Oh, actually there is. Oh, there's 2 of them. Double chest, we'll take that. So you always check. Always check. Perfect. Alright, cool. So I think we'll go ahead. We'll take it back to the base here. We'll dump everything. And I think that's where we're probably going to call it an episode. We did a lot in this episode. Got a lot done. I mean, we obviously we did a lot of caving. But getting resources, you know, that's really what I wanted to get, you know, because we're in a point in the game now where we don't have a ton of just expendable resources. You know, give it, you know, maybe 10 more episodes or so, and we'll have pretty much unlimited wood and unlimited stone once we kind of get that all set up. So, but for now, we don't have that. We don't have that luxury yet. So, we got to do it the old-fashioned way with caves and grabbing these stupid rocks off the beach. So, can I reach that? No. Dang it. All right, whatever. Cool. Well, there's another egg over there. We'll go grab that too. Actually, I kind of want to hatch that dark egg when we get back. Hopefully it's something we can use. Although I am enjoying using some pals that I don't normally use. I don't really use Loot Moon in the past. We just happened to get lucky and find one that we could buy with Ferocious on it, so we took it. Kremis, man, again, he's been our secret MVP. We only have him on the team because he has Mercy Hit, and I've never used him before. And I probably will never use him again. But he's got Mercy Hit, so he's going to be here for a little bit until we have a better option. And then Fwak. Nah, I don't think I've ever used him once. So, but I'm just, you know, get tired of using the same pals over and over. You know, I say this every episode, but in case this is your first episode and you're wondering why I have a Kremis or why I have a random Fwak in the... Oh, that was a beefy egg. In case you're wondering why I have a random Fwak in the on the team, that's why. We need him for his mercy hit, and he's kind of just been the team mascot so far. So, at this point, he's just kind of irreplaceable. He's like the unsung hero on the team. Just can't imagine the team without him now. Can't move on. Just can't do it. So you're going to watch me creep along here. This is great, great entertaining content for sure. But listen, when it comes to my resources, I'm a little greedy. Oh, see, now that should never be a thing. That should never be a thing. But I'm going to get this chest, and then we're going to zoom right over. Should be one shot. One shot over to the teleporter. And by one shot, I mean 2 shots. Maybe 3 shots. Oh, no, I was right, 2. Look at this. Look at this. As soon as we count down, we can get there. Alright, cool. Back to the base. Alright, cool. Let's dump everything. Alright, perfect. Got some more things to put away here. And then, like I said, we got 2 eggs here I want to work on hatching. What level is this? Schematic 1. Let's go. Actually, I won't build that, so never mind. Where'd our dude go? Where did he go? Hello? There he is. Alright. What does he look like? Let's see. I need a name for this guy. Kind of looks like a Gerard or like an Anton or something. I don't want to say like, I don't know, something unique. But I don't know. We'll go something like that. But yeah, again, if you have any suggestions there, leave them down in the comments and we'll pick out a good name for them. So, all right, so we'll get the grass egg here, the verdant egg. It's a herbal. Okay. I think he's somewhat useful early on in the base. A Nox. Yeah. That's not what I wanted to pull. I've already got a bunch of those, honestly, so. Look at all this junk we got accumulating again. Alright, whatever, we'll put him here. Keep him just because he's got the boss logo on him. Dainty Eater we don't need. Positive Thinker we don't need. Insulated Body, Nocturnal, Nimble Runner, Fit as a Fiddle maybe for breeding. Spark It we don't need. Sleek Stroke Fuddler we don't need. Hard Skin, whatever. Cheery, is that? Nope, it's dark damage. Okay, that's what I thought. Work speed. We'll take that. Nox. Waterproof. Alright, we'll get rid of this guy. We don't need him. I'm keeping that one because it's got the boss logo, so we'll take that. Spark It. I thought I put you over here. So what is he? So he is a 2-seater. Our planting. 1 gather. He's not great, but he's small. But this is he's a better seater there, so we don't need him really. Insulated Body we don't need. That's defensive. Nocturnal we might be able to use, and these 2 might just be better for breeding. So we'll keep them around, I guess. Lucky, we got that. Actually, we can probably put him out here. Oh no, he's Artisan. Never mind. Musclehead, Masochist. Don't need him. Belly body, heart scan. All right, cool. So this is as organized as it's going to get for now. All right, well, perfect. I think that is all I wanted to do in this episode. Anything else I can think of here? Let's go here. We already did we've already prepared everything. Don't have any saddles to make. How's our pal sphere situation looking like now that we got some palladium? No, we don't have any metal. Actually, we do have metal. We just don't have it cooked up. Okay, perfect. 68. All right. Well, I guess that brings us to the end of today's episode. The next episode, I think we're gonna try and maybe we'll do some fishing. I've been mentioning that I want to do some fishing for the last, honestly, couple episodes. I like fishing. You can get some good, unique pals early on in the game fishing that you normally wouldn't get. I can go to some places that are relatively dangerous, and I don't want to, fight the dangerous pals there. But I can fish. You don't have to battle them. You don't have to fight them to catch them. You just literally reel them in. As long as you're good at the fishing concept, you reel them in, and that's it. So I think that's what we're going to do. And I do have a particular place that I kind of want to go to try to fish. Now, where I want to go, I probably won't have a ton of success because it is very hard to catch those pals with the base rod and bait. But we'll go try. Worst case, we fail a bunch, and then we just settle for what we get, around the base here. So, anyways, so like I said, that brings us to the end of today's episode. That's what we're going to try next time. Is we're going to try the fishing. We'll see if we can get that started. But before I go, just wanted to remind you guys, like always, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Goes a long way. It definitely, helps me out a lot. After you do those things, though, don't forget to turn on the notification icon. There's that little bell icon. That way you don't miss the next episode. Like I said, we're going to be doing fishing next. So if you don't want to miss that episode, just turn on that little bell notification. That way, YouTube will notify you that it is out, and we will be able to get that channel or that episode right in front of your face. So, and then as always, I appreciate all of you guys' support, and I'm truly grateful that you guys decided to stop by and watch. Really means a lot to me that you guys choose to spend your time here with me. So, with that, all that being said, we will see you guys all next time. Have a good one.